Wednesday, the 29th of December, 2021. And as we draw close to the end of 2021, I would just like to give you, my subscribers and viewers, and even the non-subscribed, and even the thumbs down guy, a happy new year. In the space of this year, I have had 2.8 million views on my channel. Thank you so much for that. And the amount of hours you can see there is 205,000.3, 300 hours. Wow, that is a bucket load. Thank you so much for your time. The actual right figure here is 2,766,953 views in 2021. So far, still got a couple of days to go. But what we got to talk about today is related to what we were going on about yesterday. The two dams in Brazil that collapsed and found out that was owned by the Three Gorges Dam Corporation. They are the biggest hydropower corporation or electricity producing company near enough in the world. And it goes into the old debt trap, which I was going to go into, but quite confusing to understand. That China puts in a bucket load of money into a country and then controls it, and then they control the electricity, and then they take a percentage of the electricity, and the country, does it profit from this? Well, the top officials will, but the people won't. Will there be an improvement on electricity? Possibly. Yeah. But dams, as we know, are an unreliable source. They rely on Mother Nature. And as climate change evolves, it gets quite complicated. Let's read some articles. Yes, it's time for reading again. Let's read some articles about this. With regards to Chinese overseas dam projects, there are currently 304 Chinese overseas dams. Most of them in Southeast Asia, 38%, and Africa is 27%. The large majority of these are large dams that have been built after 2000, International Rivers 2014, at the time when many other dam building nations and organizations, particularly from the OECD, I don't know who that is, were withdrawing from dam building industry. And another interesting fact, on October the 27th, the Chinese Development Bank will lend more than, or has lent more than 11 billion American dollars to China Three Gorges Corporation developer, the world's biggest dam project, the official Xinhua news agency reported on Wednesday. The credit lines, which will come as 50 billion yuan, 7.5 million, and another 4 million over the next 5 years, will be used by the Three Gorges to develop other hydropower projects, to build wind power farms, and to undertake power projects in overseas market, according to Xinhua News. Remember, news in China is all state controlled. It's all positive, even when it's negative and not very transparent. Occasionally I do go away from the Three Gorges, but still with dams. Science shows dams are devastating the Mekong. 11 massive dams straddle the mighty Mekong River before it leaves China and flows into Myanmar, Burma, Laos, Thailand, and Cambodia, and into Vietnam. Yet I have long been skeptical of China, of the upstream dams. Massive as they are, turn off the tap to downstream countries, or country downstream. To many people's livelihoods, including 20% of the world's freshwater fish, are dependent on monsoonal ebb and flow of the Mekong. Yes, dams might store water for a time, but eventually the water must go downstream through generators spinning turbines or opening floodgates. Holding on to water for leverage seems like a diplomatic blunder. And as we said before,
control the water, control the country.
And as you can see from this map here, these are where the dams are located, which is a bucket load of dams for a lot of Southeast Asia, including where I live as well. Now, if we go back to the Brazilian dams which burst over the weekend, you could say around Christmas, was absolutely horrific for the people who live there. And these dams, yes, were managed by the Three Gorges Corporation. And it just sort of shows that the maintenance is very little. We don't know much about these dams, to be very honest, and there's very few pictures that come out, but we can read between the lines and we can see it's maybe these dams were built by China before, maybe they were built by different companies, but like anything else, they have to be maintained. And like everything else that China looks after, they are not maintained. And I haven't seen any mainstream media reporting about these dams and China and what their input is. It's sort of like they hide away into society. You can see some pictures here of the after effects of the dam and how it devastates people's lives. In Brazil, it's a tropical country. It's right smack on the equator, yeah, and it's a humongous country. And like developing countries, electricity is not as standard as you would have, let's say, in Europe or in America. It's quite rare to have a power cut in developed countries. Here, yep, we do get them. And in this new area, we haven't had any serious ones. They sort of stop and start for 10 seconds, and that's about it. Really annoying if you're online, but this such as life. But it is getting better. I don't know where exactly the electricity comes from in this country, but I could imagine some of it comes from hydroelectric power as well. So prayers and thoughts go out to the people who have gone through these awful rains in Brazil and these very badly maintained dams. The owners should be responsible, but of course, China will deny everything and hide the secrets there with it and just brush it under the carpet and move on to the next piece of news. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Now, a little bit earlier today, I did have a challenge from one subscriber saying, if you want to get the algorithms high, just do it I Hate China video. So I did, and it was posted not so long ago, and you can see that I got 140 views. So that algorithm doesn't seem to work. There is nowhere close to 10,000 or anything like that. So we really don't know how the algorithm actually works on YouTube. I think it's just pure luck, and when people are interested and more people click and it's followed on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, that's where it clicks. And also, if you do get the notice of one famous YouTuber who has 100,000, 200, 1 million subscribers, then that's when you're going to get the big time. But you've got to influence that influencer to get that number. So hating China didn't seem to work. But there we go. I'll try another angle. Do subscribe though. And as we come to the end of the year, again, thank you so much for those 2.8 million views. That's a bucket load, more than I could ever imagine when I first started this channel. Here are some things from this year, and I've just taken some photos of my homepage. And if you do have a chance on the holidays, do look at some of the videos that you may have missed. That'd be something a little bit different than the Three Gorges Dam, maybe about an iPad, maybe about a cat, maybe about Siam Rip, maybe about a product, maybe what else? Things related to YouTube, things about my life, things about Christmas Eve, and things about Siam Rip. It's all there to have a look at. And I did have to delete quite a few videos this year related to a copyright strike. and to avoid another copyright strike, to make sure I did take away a load of videos, because I wasn't too sure what would be allowed and what is not allowed. So, but my highest viewer is not there. I did take it away, was 158,000 last year. It was in August last year, and it was related to the overflow of the Three Gorges Dam with an eyewitness report. Unfortunately, that one's gone. And my very first video about the Three Gorges went absolutely, I won't say viral, but it went viral for me in that respect, because it got to about 150,000 views as well. And that sort of like really bumped my channel. Again, I would say that is pure luck, because everything else I did, I would be lucky if I get 1,000 views. Usually this time of year for me, my views are quite low, and that's okay. But come the rainy season again, it seems to pick up, where people are interested in what's happening in China related to the floods. I will be back tomorrow on the 30th and the 31st and the 1st of January 2022. But this is sort of just like a summary that I'm doing for this year. And a big shout out to everyone who took part, the comments, the members, the 5 members, thank you very much. The 2 people on Patreon, my crowdfunding website, who support the channel just with a little bit of cash. Thank you so much for that. And let's see what happens in 2022. Is COVID going to go? Is travel going to be more flexible? Can we stop wearing a mask? Is the vaccine going to work? Is there going to be another variant? It's all, I hate to say, the main thing is COVID. We also have the Winter Olympic Games in Beijing 2022 in about another 60-something days. I'm not too sure when. And how many more countries are going to boycott? The more, not boycott, but a diplomatic boycott, like America, Canada, Lithuania, Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom. We need more there because of what's happening in China. And again, not to be swept under the carpet. There are people who deny these kind of things, these Western shills in China, which I do expose occasionally. Some are really intelligent. It is obvious that they are paid and they are just immoral people, but they make a living from it. And if that's their path they choose to go down, then that is the path they choose. If they are Christian people, when they pass away, they are only going one way, and it's not up. Thank you. God bless. Be good. I will see you later. Enjoy a marvelous day wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye. Don't forget the thumbs up, subscribe, and comment, and everything. Happy New Year! Woo!